get it over.
It's okay. It's okay. She's ready to go.
Being in traffic is
Your patience is hard.
Alrighty, so I have been talking about medical marijuana, and in this speech I had to kind of lump it together with decriminalization because it just doesn't, you can't get one without the other. So, what if I told you that our country can not only save $29 billion a year, but also generate billions of dollars worth of revenue and save thousands of lives just by changing one thing? What good do you think our country could do with an extra $50 billion a year? Today I'm here to persuade you to change your view on medical marijuana and marijuana itself as a whole. It's hard to separate the two, like I said, when it comes down to it. We've heard for decades that marijuana is harmful, and every time you think of somebody that uses it, you think of some unkept, unmotivated person that's using it. Well, I want to change your view to where you see a 9-year-old epileptic patient that's using oil and now has a better quality of life and is able to be a kid, or a 47-year-old, business lady that she just uses the balm for her arthritis to be able to continue to do the work that she loves. All these people. The sources are, I spoke with Robert Staples from Compassionate Care, Colorado. They're a big care center that works with the terminally ill. They'll treat them for free and provide medication for them at cost. I went to the DEA's diversion website and I read a paper by James Austin. He's a PhD with the JFD Institute, and there are a bunch of agencies that work together to evaluate criminal justice practices and then design policies based around solving those issues. The first need, as a whole, we need to remove marijuana as a Scheduled I substance. It needs to be decriminalized. Substances in this schedule currently have, what the definition is that they currently have no medical accepted use in the United States, a lack of accepted safety under the medical supervision, and a high potential for abuse. Nationally, $12.1 billion are spent on police and court costs, and another $16.9 billion are spent on correction costs. We need to make it a healthier option for people that have terminally ill diseases. There are roughly 1.6 million cases of cancer diagnosed every year, and about 180,000 people are diagnosed with epilepsy on a yearly basis. Cancer patients deal with harsh side effects just from the treatments alone, and the medications that they often prescribe to them not only harm other parts of their body, but make it harder for them to heal themselves and result in use of more medications. For epilepsy, there has been no other drug found at this point that's as effective as marijuana, because when it comes to prescription drugs, everybody's different, and there are so many different types of cases of epilepsy, and so many that are so rare that they have no idea how to help these people. Marijuana has a lower potential for addiction than alcohol or nicotine. On this chart, it shows you here the dependence rate of marijuana is a 1, while caffeine is a 2. So even caffeine is more dependent. They say that you can get withdrawals off marijuana. It says that it has the lowest withdrawal rate, again, lower than nicotine. Tolerance, again, it's a 1, the lowest in the category. And then for intoxication, it's at a 3. But again, for medical reasons, that's obviously needed. We need to get we need to offer an all-natural medication to people that don't want to use pharmaceutical drugs. 100,000 people die every year from prescription drugs. The drugs designed to help you are also the ones that are hurting you. Marijuana itself has no negative side effects, and it doesn't create the need for any other medications. If we make it legal, our police force will be able to focus crime, focus on more serious crimes, and we wouldn't have our court systems tied up. We wouldn't have our jails full. We wouldn't have to be supporting all of these people that are incarcerated. Adding or decriminalizing marijuana itself would change the face of medicine. It would give people a better chance at survival, because by decriminalizing it, People are now open to do studies on humans that are not private. They can do it on a federal level, which right now the federal government has the rights to that and refuse to let anybody do them. So if it's decriminalized, they'd be able to do wide studies to find out how it helps people, who it helps them. Marijuana is cheaper than the standard pharmaceutical prescription. A lot of these people have to pay hundreds of dollars a month just to take drugs that save their lives. Marijuana would be a cheaper alternative, and if it came down to it, the patient could be taught how to grow their own, which is even more cost effective. Call for action. What I want all of you to do is maybe find somebody, if you don't know somebody who's a medical marijuana patient, and see how the medicine works for them, see how it's changed their lives in terms of versus using pharmaceutical drugs. Because I can stand up here and tell you all day how great I think it is, but until you hear a mother whose child now has a normal life, or somebody who's now surviving from cancer, it kind of hits deeper. So just go out, talk to somebody, and just see how they feel about it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Julia.